Good afternoon. Happy Thursday. This is the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert and Jake Bachhoven once again with you. Bach, what's up?
Oh, not too much.
How's it
Counting
going?
down to football still. Yeah, football tonight, actually.
We do.
We got day baseball on.
We got day baseball on. Don't you forget it. We got a riveting matchup between the Marlins and the Phils.
At least the Phillies have those light blue uniforms on. Those are slick.
They do have the sweet uniforms on. I like the Marlins uniforms, not going to lie. So the Marlins rebranded their colors a couple years ago, and it was like right before Giancarlo left.
Yeah.
And they rebranded their color and their design, their logo, all that. And their new unis are pretty sweet.
Yeah, they're not. Yeah, I like them.
You got to admit that the blue kind of looks pretty
like
snazzy.
teal.
The teal,
Yeah.
the bright blue. Do you not like that?
With some orange yeah, I like it. It's hard to ever care about the Miami.
You don't like
the Marlins?
They're the Marlins.
Yeah.
So you still.
Well, I'm still kind of thinking it was the Florida Marlins.
Okay, that's fine.
Dontrell Willis back in the day.
Yes, Dontrell Willis, Hanley Ramirez.
Yeah, I had some guys I liked.
Okay, who did you grow up watching any team? Because you're not big. Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So
I was a big baseball guy, and basically when I was young, up until like 2010, 2008 or so.
Just the pace of play is annoying. Is that what it is?
Yeah, basically I just had to eliminate sport.
Okay, that's fine. So obviously I'll talk to people and it'll be because it just takes forever for games to play.
Well, then honestly,
and that's true.
The Red Sox won so much that it's like it took away my when I started watching it was like break the curse, and then they broke the curse. And it was like
gotcha.
But they've won 4 times in my life, and it's like I'm
You're
fulfilled.
content. Yeah, you're fine.
They could never win again. I'd still be like, they still won 4 times in my life. That's pretty good.
That's understandable then. 402-464-5685, the Honda of Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line, both those open for you guys the entire show today, as well as the Facebook, the Starter Heyman Jewelers video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. I currently have a poll question going on right now, Bach. I don't know if you saw it.
Oh, not yet.
Do I look like Mark Whipple?
Oh, no, I didn't see that one.
Do I
I don't know where did that come from?
Okay, so Rashawn decided to grab photos of me and see if I look like Mark Whipple. And so, because I don't know if you saw this, I got put on no context, not directly,
right?
But I was on no context college football last night.
Yeah.
And
because you were standing behind Mark Whipple.
I was standing behind Mark Whipple. And so it was super awkward because then if you go and look at the quote tweets and look at the replies, there are just screenshots of me from these random accounts.
Because you do look kind of serious back there.
Yeah, I have my arms crossed and I'm just like looking off into the distance or whatever.
Nice.
And so anyway, I was telling Rashawn about, I went through the quote tweets and these random accounts are screenshotting my picture and posting it as well.
Did they say anything?
No, it's just the picture.
Yeah. I like when people do that. It's a good troll move.
I agree. Yeah. I agree. So, except when it's me.
Yeah.
So Rashawn was like, Nick, you kind of look like Mark Whipple. I was like, no, I do not. And he said that we need to put that picture that Mitch took on a t-shirt.
Yeah.
And have me in the background of Mark Whipple. And I said, okay, that's fine. I'm good with it being on a t-shirt. Then we had to have a caption contest and all of them were just how me and Whipple looked alike. And they were trying to get me to wear it to the next Mark Whipple press conference.
It's weird because I don't see the resemblance.
I don't either.
No, Sorensen found a young Whipple.
That's true.
And I thought that looked a little closer. Still, I don't think you look too much like Mark Whipple.
I don't think I do either. I think maybe if Mark Whipple was about 50 years younger.
Yeah,
there we might have a chance.
How old is Mark Whipple? Because you really just dated him. Man.
Okay, time out.
50 years? I'm not sure if it's 50.
Mark Whipple age.
What are you? 21?
So he's 65. So if he was 15,
yeah,
him and I would probably look similar.
I don't think so.
Him and I look closer if he's 15 and I'm 21 rather than 65 and 21.
Well, right, but I think you're going more for like the same age. So at least I'm just saying, be respectful of your old. Take 6 years, 5 years off that.
44.
Say 44, 45 years younger. Yeah.
So if he was 44, let's see what his son looks like. Austin. Austin does not look like me, so we are okay.
Well,
Mark Whipple's son.
Yeah. Wait, I mean, his mother's involved in that. I mean, that's a whole different thing. Find one of his brothers, maybe. You got any brothers?
So Mark Whipple brother.
Does Mark Whipple have brothers?
I don't know.
That'll be harder to find.
Mark Whipple brother. This is going to be Spencer Whipple.
Oh, Spencer Whipple
is an American football coach. Oh, he's the co-pass game coordinator for the Arizona Cardinals.
Is he really? Is he Mark Whipple's brother?
Yeah, Spencer Whipple.
Oh, of course. Yeah, Spencer Whipple.
Just kidding.
No.
Son.
It's his son.
It's his son.
Hey, that's still pretty cool.
That is pretty interesting. Spencer Whipple is the son of former UMass head coach, former Pittsburgh offensive coordinator Mark Whipple, and current offensive coordinator for the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Spencer attended Pine Richland High School. During his senior season, he threw for nearly 1,500 yards and 11 touchdowns. He led the high school Rams to an 11-1 record and a conference championship. He made the Pittsburgh team as a walk-on quarterback in 2007. He then spent the 2008 season at UMass. Then he transferred to Miami.
This is so weird.
Where his father was the offensive coordinator.
At that time it was. But still, he played at UMass and Pitt before his dad got jobs at UMass and Pitt.
And
that's weird.
Well, so hold on. Yeah, because he would have been at UMass after 2008. Whipple would have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's very strange.
And then in 2014, Spencer Whipple was hired as the tight ends coach for UMass.
That sounds more like maybe his dad got him that job.
Yeah. Spencer joined his father, Mark, who was starting his second stint as head coach at UMass. I did not know Mark was at UMass twice.
I didn't know that either.
In 2015.
That gives me bad vibes because, of course, Mike Riley.
The Minutemen, the UMass Minutemen. How about that?
Right.
All right, so let's look at Mark Whipple. Yeah, so he was at UMass. So his son figured out a way to get to UMass in between Mark Whipple's two stints.
Well, at least there's some sort of connection there. That makes sense.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So from 1998 to 2003, Mark Whipple was at UMass. Then from 2014 to 2018, Mark Whipple was at UMass.
My goodness, his first stint at UMass was actually pretty good.
Was it really?
I always looked at his UMass stint as kind of a failure, I guess, or not a failure, just it only didn't last long. Never had too many wins.
That's not bad at all. So he had a 12-3 record in his first year, won the NCAA Division I AA championship, then went 9-4, 7-4, 3-8, 8-4, 10-3, and then his final stint at UMass, 3-9, 3-9, 2-10, 4-8, 4-8. As a head coach, though, he's 137 and 103.
That's across many levels.
Because he went 48 and 17 at New Haven from 1988 to 1993, and 24 and 16 at Brown from 94 to 97. So, hey, Mark Whipple is a head coach. Career record 137 and 103.
Which is the weird thing too, is that he's not the associate head coach. So if anything happens this year, I find it weird that they're going to go to Mickey, who doesn't have head coaching experience, at least as far as I remember, at the biggest level. But you have Whipple right there, who's won more than 30 games, you said?
Oh my gosh. I found Mark Whipple with non-gray hair. Look at this picture. He's got orange hair. That is Donald Trump colored hair.
Yeah, at Miami of all places, where obviously orange and green.
So this is an article. It has Mark Whipple on the picture from 2018. Mark Whipple is 2014. Mark Whipple is returning to UMass.
Yes.
A source told the Herald Steve Buckley last night that Whipple will be the new head football coach. Contract details are still being finalized. It was a great move. Look at this. They were like, Whipple previously coached 6 years with the Minutemen, compiling a 49-25 record and winning a national championship in his first season. He then left UMass after the 2003 season to become the quarterback coach with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Interesting. This is deep dive into Mark Whipple. This is what I like to see.
I did have to correct myself too. Mickey Joseph does have a little bit of head coaching experience at Langston. He coached one. It looks like maybe took over as interim and then coached another year.
This is always interesting to see past jobs for guys. So
you a big Langston fan?
I'm not. I couldn't tell you where Langston was. Is it probably in Louisiana?
No, actually it's in Oklahoma.
Langston College?
Yeah.
Football.
I'm not sure what they're
2022.
Like they're Lions, maybe?
Who are they playing today? Oh, maybe. Yeah, Langston University Lions. Nice job,
there we
Bach.
go. Yeah.
So they open up the season on September 3rd against the Oklahoma Panhandle State.
There's a lot more teams in Oklahoma than I thought there was.
Any more? Okay, so here's their schedule. Texas College, Wayland Baptist, Arkansas Baptist, Lyon College, Texas Wesleyan, Ottawa University. Wow. Louisiana Christian, Arizona Christian, Southwestern Assemblies of God.
I like that last one. That's cool.
Okay, let's look at the Southwestern Assemblies of God.
I thought it was Assembly of Gods. That'd be even cooler.
No, assemblies. There's multiple assemblies.
Mostly assemblies of one God.
Of one God, not
just one assembly of many gods. I think would be a little bit cooler, but that's fine. I'll start my own college.
We're for all the gods.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just look real quick. This is completely off the plan. 2021 was the record. Oh, Southwest Assemblies of God went 9-3 last year.
What's their mascot?
It looks like a lion.
Lions are popular,
especially in this league. Oh gosh, in 2019 they went 0-10. They lost 24-14 to Langston. Brutal 35-0 shutout loss to Oklahoma Panhandle State University.
And they never thought this would be repeated in Nebraska airwaves years later.
Let's just pick a random year. What year was Mickey Joseph at Langston? Can you let me know for that?
I think 2014. Actually, he didn't do too bad.
All right, 2014.
2011 and 2012.
Okay, so 2011. Let's see. All right, so Southwestern Assemblies of God University went 4-6 in 2011, and they lost 41-13 on the road at Langston.
There you go, Mickey.
Nice job, Mickey.
There you go.
They lost to Southern Nazarene University 56-17. Oh wow, they beat the Haskell Indian Nations University 46-2.
Hey, now Nebraska played Haskell a lot back in the day.
Did they really?
They did in the early part of Nebraska, the Bug Eater days.
Yeah, they Southwestern Assemblies of God destroyed them 46-2 in Lawrence, Kansas. And then last but not least, they lost on October 29th, 2011 to Northwestern Oklahoma State University 62-39. Yeah, so
at least a bit of a shootout.
That's a shame. All right, that's enough of that. Not sure how
Assembly of the Gods.
I Southwestern Assembly. Bipolar says this. Hate to break it to you, but God doesn't win you football games.
Hey,
that's too bad.
I bet against that. I've heard many people in their post-game interviews say that God helped them win that football game.
That's true. God and penalties.
Yeah,
and fumbles.
Touchdown Jesus.
Notre Dame.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we like Notre Dame.
They do pretty well. Do you like Notre Dame?
Is it bad that I like Notre Dame?
To most people, would be. I like Notre Dame too.
Okay, good, Buck. Yeah. This is one of the few takes that I'll agree with you on.
Yeah,
because like you like Texas, you like Iowa.
I don't like Texas. I like Iowa game style.
There's a meme,
you
and it's right.
Meme.
It's correct. I'll post it again. I have no problem doing that. And
I like some of the players Texas has had over the years. I'll say that.
Okay, is it bad that I enjoy watching Bijan Robinson right now?
No, that's
like
fine.
I am excited to watch Bijan Robinson play for Texas.
Also, it doesn't really feel bad. Like the time to hate Texas is when they're good and like play meaningful games. Last couple of years, it's like it doesn't have the same type of feel to it. When you hate them.
Is it okay if we hate Texas when Nebraska plays them?
Well, yeah, absolutely.
Because Nebraska hasn't been in the Big 10 or Big 12 for however many years, hasn't played Texas in however many years. And I mean, last one would have been 2010. So,
but historically, they ruined your rivalry with Oklahoma.
They did.
They chased you out of the Big 12.
But we're still sitting here. Last year, there was still the hatred for Oklahoma. Like that's still there.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't think you have to hate Texas right now.
I think if you had Iowa, Oklahoma, Colorado, and Texas lined up on your schedule, Texas would still be the most hated of that group.
Texas or Oklahoma?
I think Texas. I think Oklahoma, okay. and people will argue with this too. Kind of depends on your generation and what time. I mean, but there's a lot of, at times, a lot of respect between the Nebraska and Oklahoma programs and their rivalry.
That's what's interesting.
At other times, yes, different people, there's pure hatred. So, I mean, you kind of get that. But I've never heard much respect between Nebraska and Texas.
That is what's interesting is when you say Nebraska, Oklahoma, I think that you're absolutely right. There is that level of respect there from what happened, 30, 40 years ago. I think, okay, you're right. Like the Colt McCoy and was it Jackson Shipley? Which one was the older one?
Yeah.
Jackson was the older.
The younger one.
Or excuse me, Jackson was the younger one. Jordan Shipley, the wide receiver. Yeah. You liked Jordan Shipley. Come on. Come on.
See, that's not, I'm more of like a Limas Swede guy. You were probably too young for Limas Swede.
I don't know.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of other, like Roy Williams, the wide receiver, who was pretty good when he said. Oh my God,
Jordan Texas. Shipley. Okay, see, I didn't mind Jordan Shipley. There was a time that I really liked Texas when I was growing up.
Did you still like Nebraska?
Yeah, before I realized the rivalry behind it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jordan Shipley, let's just see what he did at Texas, because just to revisit, because I know everybody's interested here.
He was there for a while.
He was. Stats: 6-year wide receiver. He was 6 foot 190. This is. Oh, they don't have his stats here. All right, 6-year wide receiver who finished his career at Texas. All-time leader in receptions, had 248 with 3,191 yards and 33 total TDs. 2-time All-American. Wow.
Yeah.
Jordan Shipley, in case you wanted to know.
And then Jackson Shipley and Case McCoy weren't quite as good as their brothers. You remember Case McCoy?
I do remember Case McCoy.
Yeah.
There was it's always interesting, like Oklahoma, I remember more playing against Landry Jones than Sam Bradford.
Yeah.
I remember more of the Landry Jones games than the Sam Bradford games.
I'm fairly certain Nebraska took Sam Bradford, like a tackle took was that Bradford? When he went down, one of their quarterbacks was definitely injured at the hands of Nebraska. It might have been Bradford.
So Nebraska versus Sam Bradford. I just Googled that. All right, so here we go. Sam Bradford. Oh, no. This was in a the 2008 game. Do you remember this game?
2008, yeah.
How do you remember how bad it was?
Yeah, there was good feelings for Bo Pelini, but that was a game you just kind of said, well, not that one.
They lost 62-28.
Yeah,
at Oklahoma.
Yeah, they weren't ready. That's one of those games. It was like the first year for Bo Pelini again.
Yeah,
and it was like, okay, in Oklahoma at the time was like top 5. It was just
they were number 4 in the country.
It was like one of those Ohio State matchups that you just go, well, everybody loses like that to them.
Like the one bad. Where it was Nebraska with Tommy Armstrong or even Taylor Martinez. Remember the one with Taylor Martinez and they lost? I think it was like 62-3.
That was Tommy Armstrong.
Tommy? Yeah, okay, that was Tommy. So in this game, 2008, Oklahoma was up 35-0 at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah.
Sam Bradford went 19 of 27 for 311 yards and 5 touchdowns. Chris Brown rushed for 89 yards on 9 carries. Wow. Quentin Castile.
Nice.
Demarco Murray.
Oh yeah,
this was a big
current running back coach at Oklahoma.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's absolutely right. I forgot about he's current running back coach. It's too bad that Demarco didn't have a better NFL career.
He was on fire till he got traded to the Eagles.
Exactly. Yeah. He was a good running back in the NFL because I remember. Now this is stupid, but I remember I had him on my fantasy team the year he did really well, and then he did not do really well.
Who was he traded? The Cowboys didn't the Cowboys and Eagles just swap running backs?
Demarco. I'll just look up Demarco Murray trade.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
I don't think it worked out for him.
Yeah. So then the Eagles traded him to the Titans eventually. I forgot about that one. Okay. Don't forget Des Bryant. His name just popped up here.
Hard to forget Des Bryant.
Yeah, hard to forget him. Eagles win big in the DeMarco Murray trade. Okay, so we got to do from Cowboys to Eagles. The full story. I can't find it. I can't figure out why he got. Okay, here we go. The Cowboys nearly traded running back DeMarco Murray back to the Eagles nearly traded running back DeMarco Murray back to the Cowboys before settling on the Tennessee Titans this offseason. Okay. They wanted to trade him to a non-divisional foe. So they could have traded him back to the Cowboys, but they didn't want to keep him in the same division. I still can't figure out where they who they traded him to.
So I think it was just he's signing free agency. Maybe that's why I was misremembering.
Okay. I was right
just
there with
a shuffle of running backs.
I was right there with you, Bach. I thought they traded him too. the Cowboys, speaking of real quick, NFL running back, I know we're bouncing all over. Stick with us. 402-464-5685. Honda Lincoln Hotline, Starter Heyman text line. The Cowboys have a little bit of a decision to make, whether or not they want to stick with Ezekiel Elliott or go with Tony Pollard. Because if you break it down, Tony Pollard has quite fewer carries by number, but he has a lot more. He has a better yards per carry average.
Yeah.
And Ezekiel Elliott has some fumble issues in the past. So they have to make a decision here as if they want to stick with the two running back style that they have, because they feature them both pretty exclusively or regularly as well. Or do they want to settle on one guy? And I don't know if it's as clear cut as just saying it's Ezekiel Elliott.
Well, the only problem is you're going to have to find a trading partner for him, because they've got him signed through 2026.
Okay.
So he'll be 31 at that time. That's pretty old for a running back, usually, at least the miles that'll be on his tires, because he's been in the league since 2019. So I don't know. I think they're probably kind of stuck with him.
Yeah, I guess he's getting paid. 6 years, $90 million back in 2019. So
yeah,
includes this in 2022. Ezekiel Elliott will make $12.4 million. So I don't know. I guess so. All right, let's go ahead and take a break. This recap of the first segment. Do I look like Mark Whipple? You can vote on Twitter at Nick_Sainert. Do I look like Mark Whipple? Yes or no? There's a picture there. There's some younger pictures that Jake and Mark have put in there. Not Mark Whipple, Mark Onweiler. And so vote on that. Then we talked about Mark Whipple having 2 stints at UMass.
And a son,
Spencer, who nestled his way into UMass in between his 2 stints. Then it was Southwestern Assemblies of the Gods.
Or God. That one, yeah.
God. Just the God.
This one.
Langston College. Then it was NFL.
Yeah.
No, Sam Bradford.
That's right. We got Sam Bradford.
Jordan Shipley. A little bit of Texas action. Just a bounce around segment here on the happy hour. But what's new? Stick with us. 402-464-5685. The Honda Lincoln Hotline, the Starter Heyman text line. Both those open for you. Once again, no Rico or Nathan today. And the rest of the week. So it'll just be Bach and I hanging out with you guys until about 4 p.m. or so. Strick will maybe nestle his way in here every now and then as well. But don't go anywhere. When we come back, I do want to touch on this Jordan Addison situation, because he spoke to the media for the first time since the whole NIL deal and transferring to USC. Talked a little bit about Pat Narduzzi, talked about his time at Pittsburgh. So I kind of want to discuss that with Bach. We'll probably get into Husker football eventually. And then also, how interested are you guys in the Field of Dreams game tonight? Because last year it was a big thing because with the Yankees and White Sox, but now this year and for years to come, they're not really talking about it a whole lot. So I kind of want to see where the interest level with that is. We'll get to all that and more. Bach with me, Nick Sainert with you guys, hanging out with you on the happy hour 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Follow Nick and Enrique on Twitter at Nick_Sainert and at Radio Rico AC. More of Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Springtime is here, and it's time to get to work on outdoor projects. Deck City is a great place to start as Lincoln's local source for everything decks. Deck City has everything you need to build the deck of your dreams, from treated lumber to Westbury aluminum railings and TimberTech composite decking. Call them today to schedule an appointment at 402-480-6671. Go online at deckcityne.com or visit their new location just north of 33rd and Cornhusker Highway.
Tune in to the Teammates Mentoring Hour each Wednesday from 6 to 7 p.m. on 93.7 The Ticket. Hear stories from the program started by Tom and Nancy Osborne and how it's changed mentors and mentees' lives and how you can be involved. The Teammates Mentoring Hour, Wednesday nights from 6 to 7 o'clock on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The captain, Vershawn Jackson.
Jared Talmadge is in the building. Talk about getting into a player's head. How did you know you had it?
Well, you knew you had him when he was crying to the refs, or if you were watching and he was crying to his, and I say crying, but just whining, whining about something you were doing. And then back in the huddle and he's eyeballing you. If he's paying attention to you instead of listening to his plays and listening to what he should be doing.
Weekdays from 11 to 2 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Dana Trucking. Learn more and apply today at danatrucking.com.
You want to feel important. You want to be a part of something bigger, something that matters and can help change things. You want to feel like you belong. We know. We felt that way too, and that's why we did something about it. We aren't just Army National Guard soldiers. We are normal people just like you. But our part-time service in the Army National Guard means we get to be more. When our communities are in need, we get the chance to stand up and do something about it. We get to serve in our own region and help the people we call neighbors. Whether they are in the mountains of New Mexico, the plains of Nebraska and Kansas, the ranches of Oklahoma and Texas, the farmlands of Missouri and Arkansas, or the bayous of Louisiana, we are here for our hometowns. And together, we can make a difference. Take on your legacy. Visit NationalGuard.com to find out more.
Sponsored by the Nebraska Army National Guard. Aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association at this station.
2-1 count, and that's a deep drive into the gap. Smith rounding first base. It's a stand-up double.
Hey, Nick, speaking of doubles, did you know Wings and Rings has 2 ways to enjoy their next-level food?
Rico, we're in the middle of a game.
The game can wait, Nick. One way is to stop by one of their Lincoln locations. They have 2 great locations at O Street, Meridian Park, and 40th and Old Cheney in Williamsburg Village.
You said 2 ways. What's the other way?
You can order online at wingsandrings.com.
Hello, everybody. I'm Charlie Stone, and joining me in just a moment is Andy Goodyear, General Manager of Honda of Lincoln. But before I bring Andy on, I need to tell you about something that really got my attention. Just the other day, I saw on television Andy announcing that in the last 50 years, they had sold and serviced close to 100,000 vehicles.
Thanks, Charlie. Yeah, actually, the number would be a lot higher if we add in how many repeat customers we have for service and that come back to buy cars from us over and over and over again.
Now, Andy, tell everybody about your special offer.
Well, as most people know, always trade for vehicles, but now we're offering for people to come in and sell us their cars. We're ready to buy, bring it on in, whether it's a year old or a few years old, and we'll pay them cash that same day. It'll be hassle-free, and we'll do it the Honda of Lincoln way.
Come experience the Honda of Lincoln way of buying cars, 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Dance like a dad. It's a great way to make a moment with your kids. First, I hold my hands out like they're on a steering wheel. Then I look over my shoulder. Next, I put it in reverse. Visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
Seasons change, but your land stays the same. You need the right solutions to keep you moving. That's why you rely on Acres Equipment, your Nebraska-owned premier John Deere dealership. Whether you're harvesting, protecting your crops, feeding the herd, maintaining your lawn, improving your business, or letting off some steam, Acres has what you need to get the job done. Acres Equipment, solutions for every field.
Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $22.58 per hour. And other select jobs is starting at $24.28 per hour, with wages growing up to $30.30 per hour. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank. A relationship you can count on.
Another day full of sunshine and full of heat here for our Thursday, topping out at 94. South winds a little breezier at around 15. Clear tonight with a low dropping down to around 65, and really just more of the same for your Friday. Highs tomorrow again up to around 95. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. Talk to doctor now and share it.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it twice a day.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it in the morning and before dinner.
I get it, slip it, cuff it, check it, and share it with my doctor. Nearly 1 in 2 U.S. adults have high blood pressure. That's why it's important to self-monitor your blood pressure in 4 easy-to-remember steps. It starts with a monitor.
Now that I know my blood pressure numbers, I talked with my doctor. We're getting those numbers down.
Get it, slip it, cuff it, check it. Talk to doctor now and share it.
Be next to talk to your doctor about your blood pressure numbers. Get down with your blood pressure. Self-monitoring is power. Learn more at manageyourbp.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, the American Heart Association, and the American Medical Association, in partnership with the Office of Minority Health and Health Resources and Services Administration.
Get a lot of advice about self-care these days, but one of the most important self-care steps we can take is making sure we're financially secure later in life. For small steps you can take to save for retirement, visit WeSaySaveIt.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
You're listening to The Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary, sponsored by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back here on the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert and Jake Bakoven still with you guys. So I was scrolling through Twitter, and Bach, I know you said you've already seen this, but I wanted to make mention of it. News out of Broncos training camp today. Just a little under an hour ago, Parker Gabriel, former Lincoln Journal star and beat reporter for Nebraska, who now covers the Broncos for USA Today Sports, tweeted out, Matt Farniok and Marquise Spencer just got after it. Farniok threw Spencer to the ground, and Spencer returned by throwing several punches. So Matt Farniok, the 7th-round pick, 2020? Was that 2020 that he got picked?
2021 draft.
2021 draft.
Yeah.
Farniok, 7th round to the Cowboys, get into a fight at practice
in
an intra-squad scrimmage against the Broncos. So,
which I'm fairly certain they expect those. It's the third the third fight of the day, by the way, in that inter-squad scrimmage, and it's just like this happens. It seems like every time, but at the same time, I suppose they probably only report. You only really care if there's a fight. Otherwise,
exactly,
they probably just don't get anything reported on. Yeah, I didn't know they were having an inter-squad scrimmage today.
Yeah, I didn't know either. 402-464-5685, the Honda Lincoln hotline, the Starter Heyman text line, both those continue to be open for you guys the entire day today. You can always hit us up on Twitter, Nick_Sainert, at Jake Bakoven, for any comments that you might have, or on the Starter Heyman Jewelers video stream, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. So I was looking through just some college football news, and a couple days ago on CBS Sports, I saw this article by David Cobb that says USC wide receiver Jordan Addison describes being, quote, drugged through the mud while addressing the transfer for Pitt. And in this article, once again, you can find it at CBS Sports.
Was that David Cobb, like the former Minnesota running back?
No, it is not. David Cobb, good pull.
A little disappointed though.
Good pull there.
Yeah,
Bob.
I love the Minnesota running backs back in the day. He was one of the guys.
David Cobb
gets forgotten in that group because he was in there with among all the running backs in the Big Ten. He was really good, but he was overshadowed by Amir and Tevin Coleman and Melvin Gordon.
That's right.
Ezekiel Elliott. I mean, and they just, it seems like everybody was there at that period.
I think people forget that Tevin Coleman was, well, number one, went to Indiana. Number two, what used to be a pretty good running back in the league.
Oh, yeah.
He was backup for, at one point, he was the backup for,
with the Falcons, right?
Would it have been Devontae Freeman?
That's right, yeah.
So Devontae Freeman was actually a decent running back then.
It's crazy, those windows. It's like a 3-year window, and then you forget about them.
They just phase out.
Yeah.
Do you know who David Cobb was drafted by?
Ooh.
AFC South.
AFC South?
I did not know this.
Titans?
Yeah.
Was it? Okay.
Now he plays for the Bears. He has, in his career, he has 52 carries for 146 yards and 1 touchdown. David Cobb.
There we go.
That's crazy.
Good running back.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, back to Jordan
Jerry
Addison.
Kill's days, I think. Sorry, we'll keep
Jerry Kill. Where's he at?
He's a head coach now.
He's a head coach.
He was interim with TCU last year.
Isn't he a head coach at like some either New Mexico State or UNLV?
Yeah, it's something like that.
Okay, hold on. Jerry Kill.
New Mexico State.
New Mexico State. 0-0.
Which I don't know. Like he left Minnesota because of the seizures and stuff, because of the stress of being a head coach, and now I guess time's lasted long enough that he feels like he's ready to roll again. But I don't know.
He's got a 154 and 101 record.
Oh, he's a good coach.
However, he is 0-5 in bowl games.
Okay,
so
but he's still a good coach. I thought Minnesota. Obviously, they're fine now with PJ Fleck, but I really liked a few of their coaches. God, what was the guy's name that took over for Jerry Kill? He was on his staff.
Tracy Claeys.
Tracy Claeys. I like Tracy Claeys too.
No, Bach.
Until Tracy Claeys. Yeah, his record. Go look up Tracy Claeys.
I will look up
He
Tracy
did fine
Claeys.
there until they had the whole.
He was 11-8.
Hey, that's pretty good at Minnesota.
He was 11-8 and 2-0 in bowls.
There you go. He took over those bowl games.
He is not a coach right now.
Oh man.
He was most recently the linebackers coach. Oh god, at Virginia Tech.
There you go.
Linebackers coach at Virginia Tech in 2020. Wow. Oh, he was his assistant for Jerry Kill's assistant for 21 years.
Yeah.
At Saginaw Valley State University, Emporia State, Southern Illinois University, Carbondale, Northern Illinois University, and Minnesota.
And he was in his 11-8 record at Minnesota, by the way. He was 2-4 in the interim year. So he took over midway, probably had a tough schedule or something. I'm not sure. But they went 9-4 with him, which was really good.
That's true. That's true. Somebody bipolar on the text line says second time that Jerry Kill has been brought up on your station today.
Is it really?
Really?
Oh, good.
Who brought up Jerry Kill?
I'm a big Jerry Kill fan.
It was probably Sip.
I think it was Tracy Claeys' staff that 1 year. Maybe it was Jerry Kill's. Remember the assistant that was eating a dilly bar on the sideline?
I remember it vaguely.
Very vaguely, yeah. Because we always find coaches that just get a runza just because they want to see what it is. Yeah.
What other random coaches can we think about? Give me one other coach you like. Old school. Not old school, but like 2012, 2014 years.
See, that's around the years I really liked Pat Narduzzi as a D coordinator
at Michigan State.
At Michigan State,
okay.
Yeah. We're thinking Big Ten. You know who I really liked actually at Purdue? Danny Hope.
Interesting.
He did not get a fair shake. Like they fired him. I think they went 6-6. They're a little bit disappointed. They had K1 Short. Nobody knew how good he was going to be in the end. But in any case, they went 6-6, fired him, and I think it took until last couple of years to get back to this 500.
Danny Hope was 57-49 in his career. Never won more than 7 games at Purdue.
Yeah. I kind of like him. Maybe I shouldn't stick up for him too much, but I don't think he should have been fired.
He was 1-0 in bowl games.
Yeah.
Hey, Jake, can you hear me? Yeah, he can hear us now.
Oh, okay.
Did you bring up Jerry Kill on your show today?
Yes.
Yes, why'd you talk about Jerry Kill? Because we're talking about him right now.
Well, if you are aware of my show, I do a game show every day.
Oh, okay.
Today was Throwback Thursday.
Nice.
Did 2011 Nebraska football. So the question was, who is Minnesota's head coach when Nebraska beat the brakes off them 41-14?
Oh, nice.
The answer, Jerry Kill.
Jerry Kill.
Who then Mike Schaefer said that's an example of a guy that looks just like their mascot.
That is. That's
he is
right.
a gopher.
Yeah.
You guys remember Dilly Bardan?
we were just talking about him.
Dilly Bar. That was like an assistant coach, right?
Dude, let's go back to that moment. It was snowing. They were playing somebody. They might be Ohio State or something. They were playing a team in the snow. And Dilly Bardan is facing away from the camera and turns around. He's got Dilly
Hold on.
Yeah. Look at Dilly Bardan.
I love that.
Dilly Bardan.
Wasn't there, who did Nebraska play a couple years ago that they got a runza in the middle of the game?
That they what?
One of the assistant coaches for the other team grabbed it, got a runza.
Tried a runza
in the middle of the game.
Illinois, maybe?
Was it Northern Illinois?
Oh, yes. I thought it might be Illinois.
Assistant coach gets
drawing runza.
Runs in middle of game. We're just gonna Google. Who knows? If this is gonna Bethune-Cookman.
Oh, that makes sense.
Bethune-Cookman assistant buys runza on sideline. That's right.
Well, they came to get their butts kicked to give Nebraska their first win of the Scott Frost era. So you might as well help the economy out since we're spending so much money on you.
There's just there's a runza vendor just standing next to the fence, and there's 3 assistants from Bethune-Cookman crowded around him, just unpacking runzas.
Trivia, Nick. You know what state that's Bethune-Cookman's in?
Ooh. Do you know,
Bach?
Bach?
You know?
Ooh, now I'm
do you know the exact city? It is. No,
don't
Google it.
I'm not gonna answer it. I'm not gonna answer
Alabama?
No.
Wow.
Dean Cookman.
I do remember learning this when they came, but I do not.
Why are you looking up the answer? I have it for you. It's called trivia, Nick. Daytona Beach, Florida.
Yeah, it is Daytona
Really?
Beach.
You looking this stuff up?
Okay, that's
Oh,
surprising.
hey, Nick, what's the question? Let me research it real quick. It's called trivia.
Hey, Jake, let me ask you something.
Wait, can I research it too?
Well,
Just
you
like
sure
did?
could. You could. Have you ever heard of Southwestern Assemblies of God University?
Swags? Swag you?
No. Southwestern Assemblies. So it'd be
SWAG.
It'd be SAG.
Well, SW.
Okay, I guess Southwest.
Swag.
Okay, so swag.
No.
Yeah. No.
Swag you.
Wouldn't it be better if it was Assembly of Gods? It sounds like they're all
more
getting
than
together.
one.
Yeah.
More than one God.
Not two assemblies.
Just one assembly with multiple
gods.
Now you're getting deep.
I think you might.
No, tell me all.
Might
your
not draw on the
beliefs, Jake.
same type of crowd, but
tell me all your beliefs, Jake. Let's talk about it right here on the Happy Hour.
Hey, by the way, as far as coaches that look like their mascots, remember Sonny Dykes at Cal?
Yes,
he looked like that bear.
He looked like a golden bear.
He did.
Let us know 402-464-5685. What coaches look like their mascot?
Yeah.
I think who else looks like their mascot around sports.
Coach K looks like that Blue Devil. I'm
Who?
sorry to say it. I know he's
Really?
retired now. He kind of looks like that Blue Devil.
Does John Shire?
No, not as much.
What coaches look like their
I
mascot?
don't know.
There's got to be an article or something like this.
All right, boys. Thanks.
Hey,
Oh,
Jake,
he's busy.
Jake,
He's busy.
Jake,
No,
Mark Turgeon?
Mark Turgeon?
Mark Turgeon looks like a turtle. Like in the nicest way possible.
Right.
In the nicest way possible, Mark Turgeon looks like a turtle. Somebody says, does Thad Matta look like a Buckeye? I mean, there's a chance. There's a chance
Doesn't he
there.
look more like a bulldog?
Where is Thad Matta now?
I thought he was at. Well, I think he's
Oh, is
the
he
AD at Butler.
Butler now?
I think he's the AD there.
Somebody said.
No. He's the head coach.
So this article for college basketball coaches is titled "Longtime NCAA basketball coaches who have begun to look like their mascots."
There you go.
First one, Coach K.
I told you, he looks like a Blue Devil.
Second one. Well, second one has Gary Williams from Maryland, but I think Mark Turgeon looks a lot more like.
If you squint, we all kind of look like turtles, so that one's not really fair.
That's mean. That's really.
Maybe we evolved from turtles.
No,
that's what the Assembly of the Gods.
You got to
said.
be joking. Assembly of the Gods.
Perhaps. Shed the shell.
Here we go. Now, this article's from 7 years ago, so you have to take it into context. Bo Ryan at Wisconsin.
Yeah, looked like a badger.
A badger. Yeah, that's a good one.
He should have dyed his hair like a streak down the middle, just dark black. That would have been nice.
What about Tom Izzo? Does he look like the Spartan mascot?
I don't know. A lot of these are kind of reaches.
Scott Frost looks like the old Herbie Husker. That's what somebody asked.
I don't think so.
Mark Mangino looked like the Orange Bowl mascot.
There you go. That's a good one.
Once again, 402-464-5685. We'll take a break here in a second. Thad Matta looks like a Buckeye.
Yeah.
We have Scott Drew looking like a Baylor Bear. Mark Mangino looks like a horned frog. Does Frost look more like Herbie or Little Red?
I guess. Well,
Herbie?
Old school Herbie had blonde hair. That would make a little.
That would make more sense. Yeah. All right, let's go to the hotline before we take a break. We got Don. Don, happy Thursday. What's on your mind, man?
Hey, how about Lou Holtz as a wrinkled old leprechaun?
That's actually really good. I like that, Don. Appreciate it. Oh, that's really good.
If he dressed up like that for Halloween, that'd be scary, borderline scary.
I wonder how much money that leprechaun gets paid to be the Notre Dame mascot. Because it's a face of the program.
I think he gets paid quite a bit. I mean, I don't know. Do mascots get paid very well as far as Herbies? Like Herbie Husker?
Oh, I don't know. Let's see that. Okay.
You ever been a mascot?
No. I feel like I could, though.
Yeah. Were you ever interested? I kind of wanted to be a mascot at one point. Sometime I'd like to be.
I would be interested for one game.
Right, yeah.
But I would not want to accept a job to do it and be required to do it every
Well, when
single
we went
game.
to the Salt Dogs game, Homer was tripping over
Homer
everything.
decked a kid.
He decked a kid for one. He almost fell off the second level we're at because he's. I think it's because he can't see out of there, though. I think that's part of the mascot problem.
Does Homer have a tough time seeing out of his costume?
I think he does.
Sorry, kids. It is a costume.
Yeah.
I hate to tell you.
And what's up with? I kind of like it. It's cool that he pulls the thing and
his ears go up. His ears go up.
But then once you notice the thing that he pulls, it's hard to look away from it. It's creepy.
Are you a fan of Homer?
I love Homer. I don't know about that thing under his chin.
Homer is a top 5 mascot.
of what?
Just across all sport.
Together? I don't know about that.
Homer is a top 5 mascot.
Now, I like live mascots.
Now,
I got mad respect for the live mascots. Like Mike the Tiger.
Okay. Ugga's cool.
Yeah, Ralphie.
Ralphie the
buffalo.
What about Bevo?
Not a big fan of Bevo.
You're not a Bevo
He tried
guy.
to attack Ugga one time. He did on the sideline.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That was at the Sugar Bowl.
Was it? Or was that a I thought that was like an early season matchup.
So
but
okay,
you might be right.
Bevo attacks
attacks
Ugga.
Yeah.
Maybe All-State Sugar Bowl.
It was the Sugar Bowl. Okay.
New Year's Day in 2019. Bevo tried to attack Ugga.
And like back in the 90s,
they had to like yank Ugga away.
Oh yeah,
because he's a fat bulldog. He can't move.
Yeah, he's like, what's going on? He doesn't know what that is.
He was out. He was in the picture, and then just all of a sudden he got yanked out.
And
of
Georgia has like a dedicated graveyard for their Uggas.
Really,
which is kind of cool.
That
you
is
can
cool.
go and visit. But one of my favorite Ugga moment was, I think it was in the late 90s against Auburn. The Auburn guy was like running down the side. He was about to score, and Ugga like at the 10-yard line started biting his ankles. Chasing him into the end zone.
I haven't seen that.
He didn't like him.
I have not seen that. All right, we're extremely late. We're gonna go over the 3 o'clock hour.
That's
Sorry,
right.
Bach.
That's
I mean, it's not like we're going anywhere. So
yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we'll talk. Well, who knows? Because we were gonna talk Jordan Addison, and now we got started talking about Homer. So we'll come back. Thanks, Don, for the call. 402-464-5685. Stick with us. You're listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day long wherever you are. More of the happy hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
The dog days of summer are here. Is your yard in need of a touch-up as we head into the fall season? August, September, and October are the months for aeration, and Penner Sprinkler and Lawn is the place to call to get the job done right. If you're noticing any issues with your sprinkler system through the hot summer months, they're always a call away, and they're already scheduling installs for sprinkler systems for next year and all other lawn care needs. Call Penner Sprinkler and Lawn today at 402-413-1215. Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now they've raised wages again and they're hiring for production operators at $22.58 per hour. And other select jobs is starting at $24.28 per hour, with wages growing up to $30.30 per hour. Continental also has salaried jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates. To learn more or to apply, go to continental-jobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
My computer was a dinosaur, and our TV, well, let's just say it was definitely time for an upgrade. But finding a way wasn't so simple. And then I found it. A research study at Solarion. I searched the studies and found a perfect match for me. I earned cash for the study and was able to make those much-needed upgrades. Plus, I made an impact on medical research. Find a study and sign up today at helpresearch.com.
You should consider the risks of the research before you agree to participate.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now in our new time. We're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Victor deployed for the first time to Afghanistan in 2003. At 4 a.m, my phone rang. They said, "I regret to inform you that your husband was wounded in action." Victor sustained a moderate traumatic brain injury. I was doing school full time, and I was also then caring for Victor. One of the most important elements of caregiving is taking care of yourself. I just didn't want to forget that I also had goals and that I also had a life. What I did is I challenged Victor to meet me halfway. There are almost 6 million military and veteran caregivers across the nation. We have our own journey, and we can fulfill that journey at the same time that we are helping our loved one.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for a free military veterans guide to navigate your caregiving journey and better care for your loved one and yourself. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
You're listening to The Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez-Clary, sponsored by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Okay, welcome back to the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Really quickly here. Okay, so Antonio Brown just sent out this tweet on his own account, and there's a lot of questions here. And Antonio Brown, once again, this is just coming out of nowhere.
It really is.
He puts out a quote about his biggest regret. And now, once again, this is not from an interview. This is just a graphic of him wearing a Buccaneers uniform and on his biggest regret. He says this, quote, "My biggest regret in my career doesn't involve calling my general manager a racist name." He says the name in his quote, but I'm not going to say it. "Doesn't involve calling my GM a blank, or showing up to a Raiders camp late in a hot air balloon with frozen feet, or throwing rocks at that UPS driver. And it definitely doesn't involve taking my shirt off and doing a victory lap around the Jets stadium mid-game while throwing up deuces." Here's the best part. "My biggest regret is that I'll never get to see me, Antonio Brown, play a game live. Sure, jeez, I can watch the game afterwards, but I can't imagine what that was like for you all to see something like that. It's like watching the Beatles or Jesus perform at Red Rocks."
He's all over the place.
I mean, it's like watching the Beatles. I wish we had the audio for it, because I wish, because he said something along the lines of a big old blank ass at MetLife. And because did he moon somebody? Is that what was happening? Maybe he didn't. Maybe I'm way off on that. But we have
probably
it
too far off.
Hold on. So we have it in our happy hour folder. I just got to find it. But yeah, so once again, out of nowhere, out of left field, Antonio Brown just decides to go and talk about I can't find it. That's right.
How great he was, I guess.
How great he was. Oh, here we go. Okay, let's play it.
A big old chocolate ass in MetLife.
So there's Antonio
So he did
Brown.
moon somebody, or something. Is that what happened?
Maybe he mooned somebody at MetLife. Or maybe it was in response of like, maybe it's good that I didn't show my butt at MetLife.
Yeah.
So who knows what that is. All right, let's get out of here. After a kind of a crazy show. I can't even sum it up for you guys.
No.
We're just go check out the podcast page. ticketfm.com. Don't go anywhere though. Bach and I will stick around. We'll actually talk topics.
Maybe.
Maybe. You know, maybe we bring up Jerry Kill or Sonny Dyke or Sonny Dykes.
Yeah, Sonny Dykes.
Sonny Dykes again, or Uga and Bevo. Who knows? Yeah. Appreciate it, Bach. This was fun.
Yeah, this was fun.
One more day. That'll do it for the happy hour, though. Like I said, stick around. Water Cooler with Bach and myself is next. Feel free to chime in all hour long, 402-464-5685. We'll talk to you guys in a couple minutes. Stick around. You're listening to The Ticket and theticketfm.com.